YouTube family, so in this video, I'm going to talk about the list that a lot of real estate investors don't talk about and how you can start closing one deal a month with just this list. Also, too, so I'm going to show you how to actually list stack. For those of you who don't know what list stacking is, this video will explain it all. List stacking means that we're stacking one distressed situation on top of another to narrow in our list, so that way we target people who are extremely motivated to sell their property. So if this video add value to you, be sure to boom, smash the thumbs up. And if you're new to the family, be sure to boom, smash that subscribe button. Welcome to the Wholesale to Million family. And let's go get this money. Okay, so I got TikTok on live. We got YouTube. So let's rock and roll. Here's the list. The secret list that most real estate investors don't talk about, and I'm going to share with you right now. And from this list, okay, if you should be able to close a deal just from this list. So I'm going to share with you. So here is the list we're talking about. And a lot of you, and I haven't talked much about this list, and I think a lot of you probably don't know this list. So comment in your city and your states. I'm gonna pull up the list and see how many people are in this situations is in your state. So we are going to talk about two lists. One list is the inherit, all right, inherit property. The other one is called the zombie property. Okay, and I'll explain to you guys which list means, okay, and why they are such a good list. Okay, so we're gonna go. Adrian, I got you, bro. Let's go, baby. So, Adrian, here we go. Okay. I'm so glad that you guys are joining me live. And if we can do this together, I think that is the best. So, Adrian, I don't know if you sign up for the software already or not. For those of you who don't know what software I'm using, I'll tell you which one I'm using after I'm done with this. But open up your laptop, Adrian. Let's go ahead and pull up this list together. So, we are going to go with, okay, so WAL. Okay, so WAL. Hold on a second. WALD. Oh man, I'm terrible at spelling. Jeez, and I gotta do. Okay, DO. Okay, DORF. Okay, and it's MD Maryland right here. So to have this list, you need to have the pro account, not the basic account. Okay, to access this list, you need the pro account. So we got the city, we got the states. Now we're gonna go filter. We're going to hit on filter, and the list that I'm talking about, and we're going to get rid of others. We're going to get rid of apartments, townhome, condo. Once again, we only want to focus on single family and multifamily because 99% of investor will buy a single family, a multifamily any day, anytime. Okay. So the one I'm talking about is right here. No, not that one. Okay. So here is we call the zombie property. For those of you who don't know what zombie property is, just click on the question mark. It'll tell you what a zombie property is. And there's only 3 people on this list that is in your city, Adrian. So zombie property, these property are in pre-foreclosure process, which means it hasn't been, which means the bank hasn't taken over yet. It's in pre-foreclosure, which means there's still time before the property goes to auction for you to step in, and it's also vacant. Okay? So this list, guys, is a gold mine. Pre-foreclosure, there's only 3 people on this list, Adrian. You should be able to call these 3 people right here, baby. Okay? And for those of you who have the software or who's going to be signing up for the software, just know that all your skip tracing will be paid by your boy King Khang. So you never have to pay for skip tracing ever again. Okay? So whether you're skip tracing from the property that's already on here, or maybe you're driving for dollars and you see a property, you take the property address, you punch it in here, we can skip trace it for you. So you can also use this as your skip tracing tools. Look at this. The wholesale score on this, look at that, 798. So basically they rank this property, Adrian, from 0 to 1,000. How likely the homeowner will sell it at a discount? They rank it almost 1,000 points, dude. So this 3 right here, Adrian, what if you just land one of them? Okay. Now I'm going to take you back. Okay. Now let's take you back. Let's go back to filter. Now we get rid of zombie. And the other one is right here, but there's none. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. My computer just refreshed. Adrian, there are 127 people that are in the process of potentially they're going to inherit the property, which means their family member going to pass away because they caught jam-packing with the age or whatever it is. Potential inherit property, which means these are people that's going to inherit the property. They basically have probably no attachment to it. Whatever they sell for, it's probably net profit in their pocket. 127. And Adrian, those are the two lists, dude, that I want you to target today. And keep me posted on the news. Those two right there, Adrian, stone cold. And you can go through that list, Adrian, within a few hours, guys. 127 people that's potentially inherit. Only 3 people belong in a zombie property. Easy. Late. Dude, easy work. Now, we're going to talk about list stacking. Okay? Candy, Stewart, go ahead and comment in your city, your states. I'll pull up for you as well, and I'll share with you how many is in your city that you can target right now. Okay, so let's talk about list stacking. What do I mean by list stacking? List stacking is, so basically, we don't want to waste time calling everybody. Right? We don't want to waste time calling everybody. What we want to do is we want to narrow in and we only want to focus on people that have multiple distress problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to list stack it. Here's what I mean by list stacking. Okay? Now this video right here, guys, is a game changer for some of you. Okay? And then I'm going to also talk to you about how, dude, I'm going to put it all in this video. And then I'm going to talk to you about how do you go from wholesaling 1 deal a year to 1 deal a month. If you can wholesale 1 deal a month, guys, you have reached financial freedom. An average wholesale deal is about $20,000 to $25,000. Close one of that deal, $300,000 a year. And once again, this can be a part-time hustle. It doesn't have to be full-time for those of you who already have a full-time J-O to B. Okay? And hopefully one day that wholesaling will make you enough for you to quit. That's the ultimate goal. And then buy back your time. And there you go. Okay, so now we're going to go to Las Vegas. Okay? So here's what I mean by list stacking. So, okay. I'm going to go, okay, hold on a second. I'm going to go to Las Vegas. Okay, let's go to Las. What is the city? Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay, what is the city? Come on, man. Honestly, guys, I'm a high school dropout, believe it or not, but I used to think that Las Vegas was a state. Like, that's why I was like, wait, what's the city? So you guys can laugh at me, but I share that with you because I'm not embarrassed. You know, listen, my wife and I, just a quick story. Lana and I started out saving every single dollar. We used to go to the laundromat to wash our clothes. Now I have my own laundromat at my own rental apartment building. Boom. And then Lana and I used to save every dollar. Used to save all the quarters, right? Once it hit $10, we put it in the bundle and we go to the bank, right? So don't be ashamed where you start, okay? Dude, it's where you end up is what matters. So I share with you guys all, like I didn't even know Las Vegas like way back, right? I know now, but I'm just saying, right? I didn't know it was a city. So I'm telling you that you don't need to be smart to get rich, okay? I'm definitely not the sharpest tool in the shed. Out of all of your friends, if we sit down and if we talk, like about, you know, I'm probably not the smartest guy that you know, for sure. So, but if I can do it, so can you. It all comes down to is knowledge and execution on the knowledge. That is it, my friend. Okay? Las Vegas, Nevada. Here we go. So by saying that, hopefully it'll give you guys the self-confidence and the belief that you too, my friend, can do this, okay? So Las Vegas, Nevada. We're going to go to filter. Okay. We're going to get rid of this. I think it's going to take some time to load up here. Okay. In Las Vegas and Nevada, Stuart, there's 43 zombie property. There's a 550 inherited property. Dude, gold mine. Okay, so those are the two that you want to target. Now let's talk about list stacking. Here's what I mean by list stacking. So here's what I mean by list stack. maybe we want that person to be in tax delinquents, and maybe we also want them to also be vacant. So now what we're doing is we list stack. We take a list of 5,000 people and we narrow it down to now 347 people. So list stacking means, okay, so this property is vacant, but they also owe property tax. So that's what I mean by list stacking. Okay, so which means they have multiple pain points. Okay, or we can do, hey, I want, or we can go something like this. Hey, I want it to be absentee owner, which means they don't live in the property, and I want them to also go through, hey, also let me know if they're going through a pre-foreclosure process. Bam. Okay. So absentee owner going through pre-foreclosure. There's 174 people in Las Vegas, Nevada, right here, my friend. And if you click on this, guys, look at this. There's their phone number. There's the email address that you can reach out to them right now. So there's no reason why some of you are sitting there with no leads to call. Literally, you pay for the software. You get access to all this information. You never have to pay for skip tracing. It's right there in front of you. And don't worry about the do not call. So you can Google this. You can ask ChatGPT. But now as a real estate investors, right, they have removed the law that we are now allowed to call everyone on the do not call list without getting in trouble. Okay? I've been to Las Vegas many times. Dude, I love Las Vegas. I love it. The reason I love it, dude, is there's always people outside. And dude, there's some really good food in Las Vegas. I don't gamble. I mean, I would love to, but Lon, the wifey, wouldn't let me. But I love Las Vegas. It's only 2 hours, 2.5 hours away from me. So, yeah. So anyways, right here, okay? And then you just call them. So Stuart, that's how you list stack. There's 174 people that you can call, and you can probably get all of them. You can call all of them probably within an hour or two. And all their phone number, the email address, you call, you text, everything. So now we can do it other ways. We can go, hey, you know what? I want that property. I want the owner to be an absentee owner. I want it to be in tax delinquents, but I also want them to own the property free and clear. So they own the property free and clear, the absentee owner, and they are in tax default. So let's just see. There's 947 people, Stuart, that's in Las Vegas, Nevada, that are an absentee owner, which means they don't live in the property. So it's either rented or it's vacant. They own the property free and clear. And then it's in tax default. Okay, so they owe property tax on it. Now, dude, that is huge. That is huge. Okay? So for those of you who don't know what software I'm talking about, here we go, baby. So what it is go to kingdata.ai. Now, if you want to be able to list stack, if you want to be able to pull inherit property, zombie property, just like I show you, you need to have a pro account. So let me share with you. So you can always upgrade. So let's just say you currently have the basic account. You can always upgrade to the pro account. So when you first log in, it's kingdata.ai. It's going to look something like this. And all you need, oh, shit. So you don't, okay, you click get started. It'll take you all the way to the bottom. And then there's the basic account. Okay. And there's the pro account. I'll explain to you guys the difference. Okay. But also for those of you who can't afford the pro account, I'll tell you exactly what list you can target in the basic account. And since you don't have the list stack feature, I'll show you another way that you can actually do it. It just takes a little bit more work. So here's the pro account. Okay. You get up to 60,000 leads to download for free a month. So if you were to skip trace 60,000 people, Stuart or Adrian, it would have cost you $6,000. But once again, anyone who signed up for the software, all your skip tracing will be paid by your boy King Kong, so you never have to pay for skip tracing ever again. You get 17 different list type. Okay? And for those you don't know what the list type is, all you need to do is go up. So the list type for the basic is right here. So the basic, you get 8 different list type. You get absentee owner, high equity, low equity, active listing, cash buyer, upside down, tax delinquent, and people who own the free and clear. Now with the pro plan, you have all of that plus all of these: board investor, vacancy, zombie property, foreclosure, long-term owner, active investor, flip property, potential inherit property like we talk about, and pre-foreclosure. Okay? So now let's talk about the whole sign up here. So all you need to do is, if you want to go month to month, make sure you click on monthly. Okay? It is $249 a month. Month to month, you can cancel anytime. You can upgrade. You can downgrade. So if you have the pro plan and you be like, hey, man, it's getting expensive, I can't afford it, you can always downgrade to the basic plan. Or maybe you'll be like, you know what? I don't need those, right? I'm just going to go with the basics. You can always downgrade. And if you have the pro, you can always upgrade. Okay? Or you can choose to pay for the entire year, and it will save you 33%. So which means it average out to, instead of $249 a month, is $200 a month. But once again, you paying the whole lump sum up front. Okay? And then you won't pay again until July of 2026. Guys and girls, okay? I want you guys to really understand here is that we have 6 months left until the year is over. The question is, what are you going to do today? Okay? It's not about what you did yesterday. It's what are you going to do today for the next 6 months? And for those of you, if you want success as bad as you say you do, and if you want to change your life as bad as you say you do, okay? And if you want to make more money like you say you do, then I'm telling you, this next 6 months, there's no messing around. There's no free time. There's no downtime. Dude, you got to freaking hustle. That's it. Okay? You got to hustle. Okay. So now I'm going to get into is, let's talk about how do you go from one deal a month, or I'm sorry, one deal a year to one deal a month. Okay? Derek said, what CRM are you using? So Derek, if you're new, and if you're new, use Podio. Podio is free. But if you got the capital, King Data, that software that I just shared with you, also have its own CRM. Dude, it's truly a one-stop shop, Derek, and that's our CRM. Our CRM is free. That's our CRM right here. Let me bring you back to all the way to, oh, shoot. Okay? Your CRM, everything, your lead type, your commercial leads, you can go vacant land, you can go commercial, you can go apartment, you can go anything you want. You want more training video, it's right there. You want to call, you want to contact their support for, help, downgrade, upgrade, add on, whatever it is, there's their phone number. Billing issue, they're on top of it, okay? But the CRM, everything, it's truly a one-stop shop. So now let's talk about how do we go from one deal a year to one deal a month. So here's what I believe that you need to have to be able to go from one deal a year or 2 deals a year to one deal a month. Number one is you need to consistently have leads in your pipeline. So to prove my point, who here has leads that they can get on the phone and call right now? So if I were to say, hey, let's jump on a call and let's call some seller. Who here have leads that they can call? Comment in the chat and let me know. If you don't, that is your problem. Okay? If you don't, that is your problem. So you always need leads in your pipeline. You always need leads to call every single day, or to text, or to market, whatever it is that you're going to do. But you need to have leads consistently in your pipeline at all time that you can reach out and make offer. See? Nobody. See? And this is your guys' problem, is that you don't have leads to call. Number 2 is that you need to be consistent. Okay? So it's consistency. Now that you got leads, but you got to be consistent. You can't just say, hey, today I'm going to call 20 people and then take 5 days off. It's consistency, my friend. So every day you're going to put out 1, 2, 3 hours, however much time you got, and you either call, you either text, or you send direct mail. I don't care how you do it. but you need to get a hold of the homeowner. You need to get people on the phone. You need to start talking to strangers. When we were kids, our parents said stranger is danger. That's why they stay poor. Okay? That's why my parents makes $25,000 a year. And maybe some of your parents are also living paycheck to paycheck. But they did not tell us that strangers is the one that got our money. And a lot of you are spending more time talking to friends and family than it is to stranger. You're so good on the phone with your friends, your family, but when you get on the phone with a stranger that got the money, you don't know what to say. Okay? So for those of you who needs a badass script, okay, I'm going to give you two options. Option number one is I did a lot of cold call role play here on YouTube. So you can go back to some of my old video, watch it, learn, get your own script. If you want it to be handed to you, you can go and pay for it at WTMFam.com. Those are your options, okay? Number three is that you need to have a follow-up system. Okay? So first, you consistently need leads in your pipeline. Number two is you need to be consistent, calling, texting, marketing, whatever it is. Okay? And then number three is you need a follow-up system. You need to understand that 60 to 70% of your deals come from follow-up, not the first time you talk to them. It's really rare that you close a seller the first time you talk to them. But it takes calling them again and again and again. And I just talked to one of my buddies yesterday, Adrian. He said that the average is like 80% or so closed deal. You have to talk to the seller at least 7 to 8 times, like touch point, follow up. So if you don't have those three, and if you're not doing it, that's why you're not consistently closing one deal a month. Okay? And then to go from one deal a month to like 2 deals to 3 deals a month, then you talk about increasing your marketing. Okay? So instead of you calling, now you might have to hire on another cold caller. Or maybe you're like, hey, you're doing cold call and you're doing text blast, and maybe you also doing some direct mail. So if you want to scale up, it's how many people you can reach a day. By yourself, you're very limited. So you need to might hire on another person, or you might increase your marketing costs. You might have to do PPC. You might have to do SEO. You might have to send out postcard or direct mail. So basically now you need multiple marketing channel that you can target these motivated sellers. And that, my friend, is how you go from 1 to 2 deals a year to 1 deal a month, and go from 1 deal to 2 deals a month, etc. How much money can you spend on marketing? Got it? And that's pretty much it. So now let's open up. Okay. So anyone on here, comment in your city, your state. Let's go ahead and pull up the list again and see how many. I'm curious like what states or city has the most zombie property or inherit property. So comment in your city, your states. Let's pull it up, and I'll show you. What other question you guys got? Comment in the chat, and let's rock and roll, baby. Okay. Okay. Tony just comment, Tucson, Oklahoma. I probably mispronounced it, but I don't care. Okay. Probably mispronounce it, but who cares? Okay. So TULSA. Okay. Oklahoma. Right here. Okay. You won't see my screen, man. You might have to head over to YouTube, and all you need to type in on YouTube is Real King Khang. I should pop up. 400,000 subscriber on there, but we only got 21 people on because I am shadow banned from. Dude, my YouTube channel used to be so good, but I'm not gonna even go into that. What happened? But I'm just glad that you guys are here with me still. It doesn't matter. Okay, so it's trying to search. It's trying to search. We're gonna click on filter. Man, it's do searching. Once again, we're gonna get rid of apartments, others, townhome, condo. Let me see how many zombie. I have to refresh it, man. Oh, I have to log in. Okay, that's the reason why. Okay, Tucson, Oklahoma. Boom. Okay. And here's something that I also want you guys to understand how crazy this software is. You see these two property that's highlighted in blue, Adrian, Stewart. You see this right here. It tells you that this property is currently under contract right now with another wholesaler trying to sell their deal. So by just having access to the software, my friend, I can now go into Tucson, Oklahoma. I can just click on contact seller. It'll give me the information to this wholesaler. And guess what I can do? Start to JV. Give me the contact info of the wholesaler. I'll reach out and say, hey, I saw you have this property on the contract that you're trying to wholesale. I think I got a buyer that might be interested in it. Do you care? Would you be interested in us doing a JV deal? And they say yes. Boom. Hey, can you send over the information? You blast that out to your buyer. You bring a buyer to their deal. It's the 50-50 split. So if they're going to make $20,000 on this deal, you get $10,000 by just bringing the buyer to the deal. You never have to talk to seller. Never have to mess with paperwork. Never have to worry about putting down EMD, earnest money deposit, and bam. So JV is another great way to add another stream of income to your real estate business, okay? Oklahoma in November can't double close as a wholesaler, need a license. Phil, I might have to double check on this, dude, because I don't understand why you can't double close. Because you're technically going to buy the property and then you can sell it. I mean, you're coming out of pocket with your own cash or somebody else's cash. You're going to close on it. So it's like you're buying the property. So I don't see why Oklahoma would be against double closing. So I would have to verify that, dude, to see if what you're saying is true. Okay? Because I don't understand why that would be illegal. Because you're technically going to come in, you're going to buy the property, and then you're going to sell the property. Maybe you don't close it the same day just to get around it. Maybe you close it the next day. So I don't see why there's an issue with that. Unless, Phil, you heard it from somebody else. Now, when you heard it from somebody else, dude, I would always verify. Because people that have never done deals, they like to talk. They like to scare people. All right? So I would have to verify that information for sure. Okay? But there you guys go. Okay? So in Tucson, Oklahoma, man, there is 18 zombie property and 583 potentially inherit property. Right here. And here's what I love about inherit property, man. There's a lot of motivation in inherit property lists. Bam. Now it saves you the headache. There's no more upload, download, export, import, none of that. Once you pull the list, you click straight on the property. They already all your skip tracing has been done for you right here. It'll show you their mobile, show you their email address. Don't worry about do not call list. Call them. It has all the information on the property right here. Year built, square footage, single family. It's a rancher, rambler, bum, bum, bum. It tells you everything about the property. So when you're on the phone with the seller, okay, that you can make them a fair and intelligent offer. If you want to run comps, you click on comparables and bam, right there. Like I said, this software, it is a one-stop shop. You literally don't need to go, okay, so let's just say now so when we do comparables, we want to stay within half a mile to a mile radius max. And then once you found one that's similar, you click on the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, and then you just boom. Hey, download report. Bam. If you click on all three of them up top, as you can see here, it'll tell you the average price would be. Okay? Average sell price. $269,000. So that is your ARV. It's very that simple. Cannot be any more easier. So if you want right here, you can also filter, hey, instead of last 6 months, I want it to be last 3 months. Anything that's sold for the last 3 months, man, pull it up for me. Okay? And then year built. You can change, you can add square footage. Distant. 1 mile is good, but if you want to go less, half a mile. Bam. This 3 seems like it. Boom. ARV, 269, 270. It made it so easy. I don't know how much easier you can do now for that. Is this live or replay? Come on, man. Shit, bro. Every single time when we go live, we get this question, man. Of course it's live, man. Come on now. Can you define inherit property? So yes, Phil. So inherit property means that somebody in their family is passing away, that they are going to be inherit the property. They're going to take over the property as an owner. Right? So if their parents pass away or their grandma pass away or whoever it is that passed away, they get to step in, take over the property. And a lot of times, a lot of them don't want to deal with it, right? It's just a mess. They don't want to go to listing the property and waiting for 4 to 6 months to get paid. I mean, they already got a lot of stuff on their plate. They got to worry about, the passing away of the family member. Like they're just not in a situation to worry about that. So you come in, you'll be like, hey, we'll take care of it. We'll make this as easy. We'll get it closed. Boom, boom, boom. All done for you. You don't have to worry about listing property. You don't have to worry about cleaning out the property. Maybe they live in a whole different state. You'll be like, hey, don't even worry about it, right? We got you. And if it's out of state, majority of them don't know what the property's worth because they never been in the state. They never lived there. So they don't want to go through that whole entire process. And if you can go there and be the pro, be the professional, and go there and provide them with help and show them how easy this transaction can be, bam. Thomas said, do you offer training to do this right now? Come on, man. Yes, Thomas. So for those of you who wants to work with me and my team, more like a hands-on coaching or mentorship to help you close your first deal, we teach you this in the academy, and we walk you through every step of the way. So if you want to spend the next 6 months with me from July to the end of 2025, just book a call with my team. Go to coachwithkhang.com. Love to have you inside my Wholesale to Million Academy and take you under my wings, man. And let's go get this money. All right, YouTube family. Seems like you guys don't have any other questions. Once again, knowledge is free, but the hustle is sold separately. Knowledge without execution is worthless. I want you guys to understand that. Okay, so for some of you, dude, it's not about collecting more knowledge. It's now about executing, implementing the information that you have learned today, and be consistent and take massive action. You're not going to have everything figured out, and it is okay. Nobody do when they started out. You think Zuckerberg know that the Facebook is going to be like it is today? Hell to the no. Okay? Nobody, dude. Even Bill, you're like Elon Musk. You think he knows how to go to market? No. But it's just taking one step at a time and then figuring it out one step at a time. Now, the cool thing about the mentorship or the coaching is that we will help you figure it out. Because where you are, I have been there. Where you want to go, I'm already there. So act as if I am your GPS. So let's just say you pull a list and you'll be like, hey, Khang, when I get on the phone with the seller, what do I say? Here's the script. Boom. And then we also role play. Okay. The next thing is, let's just say you got a property in the contract and you'll be like, hey, Khang, dude, I don't know. How do I set up the showing? I'll tell you what to do. Right. So we'll come in, we'll tell you what to do. But I'll tell you what to do right here. First, you prep the seller up. You let the seller know, hey, my contractor is going to be there to inspect the property. Okay. They'll probably in and out, probably within less than 30 minutes. And then you prep your buyer up. Let your buyer know, hey, you're going to be there on behalf of my company as a contractor. And then let the seller knows your buyer's name. And then let the buyer know the seller name. And then you always want to have someone there. So it's called foot on the ground. You always want to have someone there to facilitate the showing for you. That is very, very important. So that way seller, and that way you can protect seller and buyer, not going behind your back. And for those of you who's afraid that the buyer goes behind your back, and this is something I was worried about when I first started. I'm telling you right now, I've been in the game for 12 years. There's only been one incident that the buyer trying to go behind my back. Okay? So don't worry about it. Okay? Qualify your buyers. Make sure they're legit and that they're not going to quit. All right? And then have someone there to facilitate the showing, and you should be good, man. Jonathan said, Khang, what is your method on claiming taxes, King Kong? So, Jonathan, for those of you, man, listen, until you make $300,000 a year, dude, don't worry about tax, man. I mean, listen, you just need to put away at least 25%, okay? If you cannot put away 25% of what you make, bro, that is bigger problem, okay? And a lot of you are worried about, oh, man, I got to pay to Uncle Sam. Dude, do you rather pay Uncle Sam because you make too much money? Or do you rather Uncle Sam give you money back because he'll be like, hey, you don't make enough, buddy. Okay? You don't make enough, so let me give you a little treat. But it's not even Uncle Sam's money. It is your money. So listen, I remember when I was working at a J.O.B. This is, 20 years ago. After working there for 8 years, dude, I finally make $30,000 a year, and I was pumped. I was so excited. And then at the end of the year, dude, I get extremely excited. Every single time when tax season comes around, man, dude, I was pumped. Because you know why? I think I get about $2,000 back. And that is my money. All right? But I get excited. But that's what happened. But that was what's wrong with me. My mindset was corrupted. I was excited about $2,000 and scared to pay $200,000 to Uncle Sam. And if you pay $200,000 to Uncle Sam, dude, it means you probably make close to $1 million. Okay? So I would always choose to pay Uncle Sam than receive money from Uncle Sam because Uncle Sam thinks that I don't make enough money. Okay? But for every single one of you that's here with me, I want you guys to understand the goal is to get rich before you're trying to build wealth. So stop worrying about passive income and start worrying about active income. So increase your active income, not your passive income. Your passive income comes after you got rich. And if anybody tells you otherwise, they're leading you down to the long path. If they tell you, hey, you got $20K in the bank, go buy rental property, which mean that it's probably going to take you at least, I would say, 15 to 20 years, man, until you can get rich. So what you should have done is take that $20K, invest it into your self-education, and then turn that skills into a business. Learn a high-income skills, and then turn that skill set, my friend, into a business. And that's how you go from $20K in the bank to $20K a month. Not by buying rental property. Okay? Rental property is for the people who got the money and don't want to work anymore. But they want to play the slow game. They'll be like, hey, I'm okay with taking my $50,000 and park it in the house, and that house pays me $250 a month. I'm okay with that. Because they probably have more than $50K. Or they're happy working at the J.O.B. They don't want to build a second stream of income. They're happy with making $100,000 a year or $75,000 a year. And they just don't want to build a business. They don't want to take on another side hustle. They don't want to, take the risk to be able to make $100,000 a month. They don't. They're comfortable. And now they just like, hey, how can I just invest this money and just let it grow over time? And if you're in that position, then buying rental property is the best. But if you're like, Khang, I'm stuck at the J.O.B., I'm making $75,000 a year, I'm living, dude, and with inflation, I still don't have much money. I can't retire my parents. I can't send my family on a vacation trip and take care of everything and give them a life of their, like give them the best time of their life. We're always on a budget wherever we go. And you're like, Khang, I want to go from $75,000 a year, man, to like $75,000 a month. How can I do that? Take risk. Learn a high income skills. Figure out what business you want to do. Okay? Continue to work at the job. I'm not telling you to quit. Whoever tell you to quit and go all in, do the biggest mistake of your life. Okay? So you just need to suck it up, put out extra hour, work at the job, because that's what pays your bills. That's what take care of your family. So don't shut it down. And then hustle extra on the side, wholesale on the side. And once your wholesaling picks up and you're making way more money than the job, that's when you're able to quit, my friend. That's when you'll be like, yep, let's rock and roll. That's when you quit. And I think that way, it's a slow way, but it's the best way. It's the least stress. Whoever tells you, oh, go all in, take the risk, quit the job. Dude, I'm telling you, man. And you depend on that money coming in. And if you don't close a deal in 30 days, in 60 days, in 90 days, you'll be like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So you don't want to ever be in that position. So my advice to you, always leverage your job income, kickstart a side hustle. Once a side hustle makes more or same, then quit. So now you leave something, you burn the boat, you got a boat already that is rocking and rolling. And that's how you do it. Okay? Remember, there's no such thing as a get rich quick. Every one of you who seek for a get rich quick will fall for a scam. You will be scammed. Those of you who there is no such thing. Trust me, I have tried just like you. I have tried multiple things just like you. And to realize that it is not, dude, there's no such thing. Everything takes time. It takes hard work, it takes patience, and it takes time. Success don't happen overnight. It happens over time. And when I share this quote with you, a lot of you will get discouraged. But in this real world, there is a saying that it takes 10 years for an overnight success. So if you're starting from zero and you like to say you want to be a millionaire, the next millionaire, just know that it will take you 10 years on average for the average individual. And when I say a millionaire, I'm not talking about gross a million. I'm not talking about one of the realtor who said, oh man, dude, I just sold $50 million in real estate. No, I'm talking about actually have $1 million in the bank or through your investment. But for me, I say it in the bank. It takes 10 years. Like seeing the cash sitting in your bank. And if you don't want to play the long-term game, then getting rich is not for you. Because all you're going to do is, dude, is you're going to fall for the scam. You know, when every single time when I go on social media, I hear so many of these youngsters or just even people, oh man, this is going to make you fast money. This is going to help you get rich. But they're talking about fast. Like I'm talking about like not a get rich quick, but a get rich for sure. You would never hear me say that wholesaling is a get rich quick. Never. But wholesaling, it is the safest and the quickest way for you to make money in real estate versus fix and flip versus buying rental property. So I say this, and I post a video about this. I said, if you rather get future money, like you rather get future money, then you buy and hold. Okay, because you're playing long term. But if you need today's money, so for example, if you want to get $25,000 in the future, buy and hold. But if you need it today, you wholesale. It's literally that simple. Okay? There's no such thing. And that's why a lot of you say, well, Khang, you know what, man? And a lot of you think that you have all the time in the world. Because you probably listen to Gary Vee. Okay? Now, I love Gary Vee. He's the one who got me into social media. The guy motivates and inspires the hell out of me. Okay? I love Gary Vee. But just like everybody else, right? There are things that you disagree and agree on, right? So what I disagree with him about is he said that you have a lot of time. That, hey, try everything in your 20s. Mess up in your 20s. You see, to me, I believe that there will be a day where you run out of time. Because I know for a fact that it takes 10 years for an overnight success. So let's just say that you waited. You were goofing off, playing around, drinking, partying, clubbing, and didn't care about your future. You wanted instant gratification today. You want the fun today. You want to enjoy today. And you'll be like, yep, I'll start later. And then when you're 50, all of a sudden you wake up and now you're midlife crisis. Broke, sad, depressed, overweight, and don't even hit, and you probably, dude, is renting. Okay? And not owning. And you'll be like, yeah, you know what? I can start. Okay. You can start at 50. Give it 10 years. Now you're at 60. I don't know about you, dude, but what's the point? What's the point of sacrificing from 50 to 60 to now making millions? What's the point? The average people, dude, there's I think there's a study. Average American die at 78. Because people think that, oh man, they can get rich in a year. So they feel like they have time. But I'm telling you, dude, when you wake up in your 50s, you don't have the energy like you have when you're 20. You cannot take as much risk as you were in your 20s. You probably have families. You probably have kids. Okay? So you cannot take as much risk. You cannot afford to lose whatever it is that you've been saving up. Make sense? Like you cannot afford to start over. So let's just say that you're 50. And all of a sudden, let's just say that you got $50,000 saved up. You cannot afford to lose the 50 G's. But when you're 20, you can. When you're 20, all you got is you got a lot of time. You can take a lot of risk. You can fail 5 years and wake up and you're 25. Or you're at 25 and you fail and you wake up and you're 30. You're still young. 20, 30, 40, still a great time. In my personal opinion. But when you get into like 50 is still okay. But when you get into your 60, dude, I honestly don't think that you should start a business when you're in your 60. Find something that you enjoy to do that you can make some money. And it's good. Because there's really no point starting a business at 60. In my personal opinion. Because I understand how long it takes and how much work it takes. It's not going to happen in a year. So when you know that, dude, you know you don't have a lot of time. And I can tell you right now, dude, all of a sudden I wake up, dude, I'm like 41, and I'll be like, oh, shit. I'm telling you, time passed so quick. And what most people don't understand is that if you destroy your 20s or even in your 30s, what they don't understand is that now you're picking up all these bad habits. And it takes years, dude, to get rid of the bad habits, right? To take on new habits. So let's just say if you got into drug, you probably have to go and try to get out of the drugs. Or maybe now you have a drinking problem. See, those are the things that people don't understand. So I believe that your 20s, dude, is your prime time. That is your make it or break it. Because that's where you developed. You built habits. You built characters. You built your manhood. So if you like to party, drink, clubbing, party, dude, 30, you wake up, you're probably an addict of something. Drug addict, an alcoholic, some kind of an addict. And then you're going to spend your 30s trying to get rid of all of that. And then it's going to take you time. And then by the time you're 40, that's when you start fresh. And then now you're going to grind and hustle for 10 years. And then hopefully by the time you're 50, you're financially free. But I can tell you right now, the percentage of people making it is already very slim. People don't understand, dude. It's very, very slim. And let's talk about kids. Okay? I just want to go into a few things here because I want to help you guys straighten out your life a little bit for those of you who need help. For those of you who think that you can get rich, have kids at the same time. Shit. Show me. Show me. Here's the thing that people don't understand with, oh man, I want to be successful and I want to have kids. Let me tell you, dude. Okay. I need you to look, I need you to understand this. So where you are, where you want to go, it's like you're climbing up a mountain. Now imagine I'm going up the mountain by myself. Okay? And also you have to carry 100 pounds on you. Who do you think will get to the top of the mountain faster? Who? That's right. And most people, you need to understand this. People who do it alone, or maybe you have a partner, like people who do it without any luggage, it's already hard. See, this is something where social media don't tell you. Because I've been through it, I understand, dude. It's not a walk in a park. So when you do it alone, you have all the time in the world, you have less responsibilities, right? And you couldn't even do it. What makes you think that having a kid is the right move? Come on, man. Shit, bro. And some of you be like, well, Khang, kids give me motivation. Bro. Really, dude? Bro. Listen, man, if you can't motivate yourself to success, to get out of bed and do whatever is required, entrepreneurship is not for you. I mean, listen, I'm going to ask you a very, very simple question. Now, listen, I'm not saying that there aren't people who have kids in their 20s or 30s. Let's just say 20s. I'm not saying that there's no people who have kids in their 20s and became a millionaire. I'm just saying that it is really, really, really rare. Do you think you're one of those? And some of you might be like, yep, I'm one of those. Dude, show me your bank account. Bro. To me, dude, there's a lot of talker. People love to talk. And it's always easier said than done. Understood? So, I mean, so what I'm saying is that there's no reason to take on the luggage when you don't need to. Which means is you need to get your priorities straight. You need to delay the kids. Get your career, get your finance, get your money in place first. Then start popping kids. Dude, you know how many people that I see that couldn't even financially take care of themselves and popping kids, dude? They pop kids like pigs. Pop, 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 pop. And guess what? They're now on welfare. They're on government, whatever it is. And that's all they do. They sit home and they pop, 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 pop. Bro. I mean, listen, this is just my personal opinion. I could be wrong, okay? But I'm just saying, how many people do you know, one, became a millionaire in their 30s? How many people do you know? Probably not any. Now, how many people do you know that became a millionaire or retire early when they're either in their 30 or 40, but have kids in their 20? How many do you know personally? I'm not talking about someone online. I'm talking about someone that's personally that you know. For me, I know nobody. For me, everybody that I know that had kids that mess up and have kids early, dude, they're still stuck at the JOB. They're 40. Just like me, they're still stuck at the JOB. So do you guys understand what I'm saying? So the ratio of making it is already rare. And now you're thinking you're going to have kids and try to make it? It's even more rare. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's really rare. So the percentage of making it's 0.00001%. And the people who made it with kids is 0.00001%. And you think you're one of those. Psh, bro. Okay? Omar said, I know 2 personally. Well, ask them. Ask them if they were, obviously, once you have kids, it's the world to you, right? But ask them, if you were to start over giving advice to somebody, would you tell them, hey, have kids and build a business at the same time? Or would you tell them, hey, build a business first, get your money in place, make sure you're financially stable, and then you and the wifey can talk about having kids? Ask them, which way would they tell you? And tell them to be honest. Come on, bro. Because most of them have kids. They feel guilty to tell people that not to have kids. But I don't have kids. Now, I don't care if you have kids or not. I'm not against it, right? I love kids, but I don't want kids of my own. But I'm just saying, some parents will feel guilty telling you not to have kids. Or, because they're like, dude, well, So what I'm telling you is ask them to be honest with you. How much stress did they have to take on by having kids? Dude, it's like trying to juggle 8 things at the same time. Be a dad, be an entrepreneur, right? Be a husband. Dude, trying to build business, trying to learn new skills. Ain't easy, my friend. And if you think you can, I challenge you. Talk to me in a few years. You will wish that you'd be like, Khang, I wish I would have listened to you. I wish that my wife, when I would have sit down, talk about it, came up with the game plan, get our finance together, get our money right, and then start to produce. All right? Anyways, I appreciate each and every single one that's on the live. Once again, anything about kids or anything, it's just my personal opinion. I'm not against people who have kids. I'm just saying you don't need to make it harder. It's already hard. Try and make it to the top. I appreciate each and every single one of you that's here. I wish you, once again, nothing but the best. I do care and want to see all of you win. Until next time, take care, and let's go get this money. I'm out.